Hi everyone, I thought I'd do some quick analysis for you, first on the FTSE and then on the Nasdaq 100. So as you can see, I've gone all the way back to 1985, but that's not what my focal point is. We are at about 6,000 at the moment, which, as I've many times mentioned, is roughly where we were in 1997-98. Okay, great. Thanks very much for all the hard effort, all you FTSE 100 companies. Thanks for nothing for all the people who've got pensions in those companies. Now, a couple of things. What does that mean in the near term? Well, actually, in the near term, given where this particular momentum indicator is, and given that it's been at these levels before, okay, and again around here, it's usually tended to see another leg down. Not a big leg down, but a bit of a drop, okay? And you can sort of see it maybe getting to as low as 5,000 potentially. I'd have to put the odds on that actually happening, I'm afraid. Like I said, if you look at where this indicator is here right now, the MACD, and you see it going across there, and you look up to when it was at those levels before, like I said, you see a lower drop, okay? And similarly here, you see that lower drop, okay, to down there. Not a big drop, but that's why I can see a 5,000 potentially. That worries me somewhat. That could happen. Let's just have a look at the Nasdaq. Okay, the Nasdaq 100 going to that. Well, that's just going through the bloody roof, isn't it? Each one of these bars is represents 1 month, and you can see pretty much straight line. So we are here on the momentum. What could that possibly mean for this? Well, let's zoom in for a bit more meaning. Now on this, I don't want to look at the MACD, I want to actually look at the stochastic, another measure of momentum, just slightly different formula, and you can see it is at levels, which again, we've seen before. We've seen them here, and you can see how it's dropped lower when it's at those high levels. Equally, you can see here, it can drop a little bit before moving up, drops a little bit before moving up. So if somebody put a gun to my head and said, which way do you see this going? And I'm not looking to trade the Nasdaq in the short term, I'm talking about investments at the moment. Then obviously where the money's going, I am less inclined to say it's just going to go up. I'd have to really, I'm afraid, say there's more of a probability at the moment that we go in this direction than we go in this. Of course, longer term, I think we're going to go higher, not least because of the kind of companies and technology companies and what's happening in the world that are composed in the Nasdaq. But how do I protect against this? Does that mean I just sell everything for a week? No, because it's not an absolute certainty. It'll fall. The kind of companies that I want to hold in case that happens are the type which won't fall as far, and when the eventual rebound happens, will recover very quickly. Now, like I said, you may say, well, why aren't you then just trading it if you think it's going to fall? Well, because there is a possibility it won't. That is why. Am I hedging my bets? Hedge? Get it? Hedge fund manager? Yeah, I am hedging my bets somewhat, which means I'm in the market, but insured in the kind of quality companies, which I talk about on my various platforms as well. Okay, so that's the FTSE and that's the Nasdaq. Hope that's been of some help.